right, I think we found the sale. I think it's this green sign that fell over. I saw a few cars pull out. Looks like a giant shed. So we're gonna take a look here right now and see if it was worth driving all the way up here to this sale. All right, yeah, I see some people here, so we'll check it out. What an insane sale, you guys. Holy crap. That place over there, it was just a giant barn, and these people say, yeah, we used to do storage units and we're just kind of going a different direction now. I caught so many digital cameras, you guys. I was literally just talking about how my camera supply is getting very low because we sell them so fast. And then I come here and I literally just bought so many digital cameras. Obviously, we don't know if they're gonna work, and I'm gonna assume a lot of the cameras might not work, but even for parts, they usually sell good. We got electronics, Apple products. I mean, this was insane, you guys. We will go through it. After we go through all the other big buys I've been doing, I'm actually gonna come back here tomorrow. They have a whole nother trailer to unload. So I won't be able to make it today, but tomorrow I will be back. You bet your booty. All right, you guys, here is a sneak peek, since I'm not gonna be able to go through all this today. Just check it out right here. We got a Sony Handycam, some more cameras, lenses in here. EOS Rebel. You guys, just the golf clubs alone, I got at least 2 Callaway drivers, a Ping driver. This one looks like it could be very expensive. It's a Fusion. Just one of those could essentially pay for the whole lot. I don't know yet, but we got a lot of golf clubs. Like I said, Ping and Callaway. Crazy. And then the bag of cameras. I mean, you guys, I got so many cameras in here. We got a Sony CyberShot right there. We got a Samsung, Minolta, another Sony Cyber, oh, this is Olympus. This one's got a busted thing here though. Some of these are definitely busted. We got a few video games in there. Lots of cameras right here. Look at this HeroScape box. There's all the pieces. If that's complete, that's like an easy, you know, 90 bucks, I think, 50, 60. And then we got all this stuff in here. A lot of new electronic type stuff. Here's a SD card. Ninja Turtle figures, you guys. I mean, it's crazy. 125 for all of that. And we'll go in more detail here in a few days after I go through the other stuff I bought last week, which is so much stuff. But yeah, what do you guys think? All right, you guys. I just can't wait. So I'm going to try to show you real quick, at least the golf clubs, because I feel like we got some money there. Okay, so right off the rip, you guys, this was one that stood out to me. And so I already looked it up. Really nice condition, by the way. This is the Callaway FTI Fusion driver. And this thing's going for about $60 to $80 by itself. Okay, so we got that right there. Okay, next we got the Callaway Big Bertha Heavenwood 4H. Again, looks to be in great condition. This one's going for about $40 plus shipping as well. So right here, just with these two clubs, with these two clubs, we should potentially pay off the lot. But just to make sure, let's find a third one. You guys, so I just looked all of these up. These are all Payne Moxie. So this is a junior club set, but I'm seeing this one go for like 18 bucks plus shipping, 25 plus shipping. This one's going for like 25 plus shipping. And then this one's going for like 35 plus shipping. So I think all in all, 20, 40, 60, 80. I think give another $80 just right here for this set of Payne Junior Moxie gloves, all in excellent condition. So right there, we've paid for the lot, no doubt. But we still have 3 more clubs to look at. All right, next we got the Big Bertha Fusion FT3. Again, great condition. I'm seeing this one go anywhere from $30 to $50. So we got the Payne G5 22 degree. This one's going also like 40, 50 bucks. And then the last one is over there. And this is the Big Bertha Fusion 5 19 degree club. Again, great condition, going anywhere from $30 to $50. So even at 20 bucks a piece, we got 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 80, $180 there. But obviously this one's going more of like 60, 80. We got like 50, 60 on that. I mean, we're easily going to make probably 180 to like 250 bucks probably on just these golf clubs here. That's not including the socks, which I typically sell separately, which go for about $20 to $30 depending on the sock. So let's just say 20 bucks a piece, 20, 40, 60, 80, $100 potential right there as well. You guys, this is probably one of the best garage sales I've been to in a long time. Paid $125 for everything. We're already in the profits with the golf clubs alone. And on top of that, they're all reputable brands like Payne and Callaway. We haven't even gone through the digital cameras yet. I'm going to be charging those, showing which ones worked, which ones don't. I do have a feeling some might not be working. We'll lot those up and sell them for parts. But honestly, what a great find. I can't wait to go back tomorrow and show you what else we find at this crazy garage sale in the middle of nowhere.
Several days later.
All right, everybody, been a couple days now. I did go back to the same garage sale, and I'll be honest, there was absolutely nothing there. They didn't take anything else out. They did have a trailer they were unloading, and in that trailer, I did spot a lot of video games and consoles, but they did not want to sell those to me. They wanted to look through them first. So anyways, it was kind of a bust the second day. I'm going to show you what I got both days from this garage sale right now. All right, you guys, so here's kind of everything scattered. Now, there was a stack of games, probably like about half of that. These are not from the same sale. Xbox games, nothing crazy, nothing valuable, but those are already getting processed. So starting off here, we did pick up these New Balance 857 training sneakers. Really good condition, you guys. Honestly, like almost new, I would say. They even have this tag on here still, but we're not going to sell them as new. They go for like 30 bucks plus shipping. We did pick up HeroScape, the board game, and this board game is in here. I have yet to confirm all the pieces, but if this is complete, anyways, I can't open it right now, but you can see they got the figures down there. So it looks like it could be complete. And if it's complete, you know, this is like a $90 board game, I think, $60 to $90, something like that. So pretty cool there. We did have some action figures. I'm going to be doing a Whatnot show sometime soon here, guys, within the next month probably, on action figures, because I just have a lot now, including Ninja Turtles. We also have this Ash Ketchum toy here. But more Turtles, some decent ones here. If I recall, we got some of the sports ones, Detective Donatello. Oh, we got a Dino Rider, although I think his hair is broken on there. But these ones go for like 30 bucks usually. And then we have this Shredder. I haven't seen this Shredder before. So this one could be a valuable Shredder because I've never seen this model of Shredder from TMNT before. Plus this little thing here. What else we got? Oh yeah, a bunch of GoPro stuff, which I'm going to keep for now. Probably 12 batteries plus chargers. Worth some money there too. Got this Canon battery. Got this Levi's wallet. If I can open this up. Price tag on this was 25 bucks originally. Just a little card holder. We got this Bluetooth card. I don't know if this is worth it by itself. I think there's supposed to be a second attachment to it, so that might just not be anything. But we got a Fitbit. I haven't looked up the model for this yet, but these typically go for like 20 bucks. depending on the model. And we got a couple watches here. Now, I used to sell high-end watches back in the day. These are not high-end, but I do know what people look for, and that dome-shaped glass was pretty cool. And then I looked this up, and it sells for about 40 bucks. So you got to look for kind of neat stuff. Joe Boxer is a brand I have heard of before for clothing. So this is definitely like a fashion watch, but I figured that dome glass look was pretty cool, and this should go for some money, and it does. And then here, I have not looked this one up yet. This is Carriage Indigo, but same thing here. You know, you have the fake dial here. This is supposed to be, if this was actually a diver watch, this dial would rotate, but it does not. But, you know, I had a decent look to it, so I grabbed it. This might be worth absolutely nothing. Never heard of this brand before. It does have a date just on here. You know, some gold tone on here too. But yeah, picked up those two watches. Now for the electronics, I basically now compiled what's working and what's not working and what we need batteries for. So to start things off, right here we have items that are these need batteries. So this, I already ordered the charge cable. This is probably the best find from day one, you guys. This thing sells for about $340 on average. It is a Walkman, Sony Walkman. This is the NW ZX2 model, and we ordered the charge cable for it. So if this thing turns on, this is going to be 340 bucks right here, and we paid 125. Obviously, you already saw the golf clubs, so that's already all paid for, but this will be another, I mean, we're already at like 500 bucks just with the golf clubs and this, which is nuts. But then we have some decent cameras here. I sell these Kodaks all the time, these 12.2 megapixel ones. Usually go for about 40 bucks. Need a battery for this one. Unfortunately, I did not have any extras for this particular model. And I have sold the Panasonic Lumix before as well. Pretty sure this is a $100 camera. We do not have a battery for it as well. And then lastly, we do have this HD camcorder by Canon. This one actually looks in really nice. It's 32 gigabytes built-in memory with the additional options of SD cards, A and B. So I feel like this could be a pretty good one. I actually haven't looked this one up yet, but we'll show the comp on the screen here. I'm hoping this is over $100 for this, but we do not have a battery for it. Does look to be in good condition, so if this works, this could be a really good one as well. And then lastly, we did pick up this Garmin. It's a little bit of a bigger size screen, so I threw it in as well. This is the 2595LM. I believe this one usually goes for about 25 bucks. And we do have a charger at home. I just got to plug it in my car to see if that works. These are the items that we need to like purchase batteries for and test. Now, this next box is items that did not work. Okay, so here are the items that did not work. We have this HP camera, no battery covers open. So this one just didn't have a battery. Actually, no, that did have a battery. I'm sorry. This one had a battery. I have no way of charging it, though. Or actually, maybe I need to double check that one. I might have to charge this Oh, that's right. I haven't charged this yet. So I actually have to double check that one as well. But the battery cover is messed up on it. But we got to see if we can actually charge this somehow. And if we can, that might still work. We did have a Canon PowerShot S3 IS, probably a $50, $60 camera. Unfortunately, with this one, which one was this? Oh, that's right. This one had a lens cover issue. Actually, the first time I turned it on, it worked fine. But then it turned off, and then I tried to turn it on again, and it said lens cover issue. Please restart camera. So I don't know how to fix that. I tried a few different things, did not work. So unfortunately, we will be selling that for parts. This camera is a Sony CyberShot. It's an older model, but they usually go for about 50 bucks. Powers on, lens stuck. Yeah, so this lens does not pop out or pop back in. So it's powers on, but the lens just kind of stays like that. So we're going to sell it for parts. We did have a PowerShot here. Actually pretty decent. These PowerShots usually go for about 50 bucks as well as most digital cameras. It doesn't power on. I'm not sure if this is the battery for it, to be honest, because I Googled what battery this uses, and I actually don't think this is the battery for it. But the other thing is this charger does not charge this battery. So when I plug it in, the charger just dies immediately. So potentially the camera itself works. I might pick up a fresh battery and charger for this one as well. We'll have to see. Now that I think about it, like, why wouldn't I check that? The camera does look pretty fresh. This one here, Samsung, powers on, buttons not working, powers off. Yeah, so it powers on, but then the buttons like aren't working when you press them, like the zoom in, zoom out, and then it will power off randomly. So definitely some issues there. And lastly, we have a Olympus stylus. These are usually pretty good too. Powers on, battery cover obviously stays open, and blue screen when pictures. Yeah, when I try to take a picture, it just does a blue screen. You can see the lens doesn't cover all the way here as well. So just a beat up camera. I'm going to leave it with the battery, try to increase the value a little bit there. But yeah, basically that's it for those ones. This one was unfortunate because it looked really clean and nice, but it is what it is. But now that we double checked all that, I'm actually going to see if this charges, and this one I might just go ahead and buy the correct battery for it and see if we can get that camera working as well. So yeah, so that's kind of the stuff that was broken. So not a lot compared to everything I got, and you'll see all that in a second. Here we have stuff that is untested. So I do not have the battery for this. Obviously, the battery cover is busted on here. So it's going to be untested. I'm actually just going to put this in with the parts and repair pile, though. Might as well. So there's kind of a difference between selling for parts and repair and selling for untested. Like these Apple, which totally look fine, by the way. These are Apple Airport routers. We got one, we got two, and then we got this third one. I'm going to sell that as a lot untested, and I think that would do pretty good. This is a Olympus Credo 22 charger for like, I think they put like some kind of music devices that Olympus made or voice recorders. I have no idea. But this should sell for like 15 bucks. I don't have the cords for it though. That's the problem. Pentax camera, untested. Don't have the batteries for it. Compaq computer, personal computer. If you guys remember these, it's got the little card in here. I'm going to sell this untested. Has the stylus. Probably another like 15 bucks there. We got some phones that I do not have the chargers for, but this is pretty cool, you guys. This is like a old brick Sprint phone, but it's got like a big screen on it. This one goes for like 40 bucks untested. And then we got this guy here that goes for about 20 bucks untested. Again, don't have the charge cable for that either. They got some wonky chargers. This is the Kyocera. BlackBerry did turn on. So I actually was able to test this. So I should put this here, but the battery is exploded. So I had to put the power cable into it and then just turn it on like that. But it will need a new battery. So I kind of put it in this pile here. And then lastly, we have this Toshiba Pocket PC. It needs a battery. So we're going to sell that for parts untested as well. So these are kind of like, I couldn't confirm they didn't work, you know? So they're more so untested. Probably still going to be listed as parts. But I couldn't confirm that they don't work. And then the other stuff, I could actually confirm that that stuff wasn't working by powering it on, etc. So that's kind of the difference there. But overall, you know, so that kind of increases the number of stuff, obviously, that's going to be like parts only. But that being said, we have a huge box of stuff that did power on, did work, and that we can sell as working product. Most first was from a different sale, so we'll put that aside. So here's the big box of stuff, you guys. We did grab this board game by Fantasy Flight Games, which is a good board game company to look out for. Unfortunately, this is only like a $12 game shipped, but we'll still make like maybe 4 or 5 bucks on it. Brand new sealed Game of Thrones. Polaroid. Now I put this here because I never test these, and they always sell for about 35 bucks shipped. So I will get 35 bucks shipped on this, meaning my profit will probably be about $25. And I get the same buyer coming back for these, which is pretty cool. This is just for a camera case. So I'll put that aside. We got the Olympus. We got the Olympus Credo 15. Now this one's actually going for about $20 if you have the cord, which we do. And I actually picked up a second one from day 2 in that bag over there, which is kind of nice. We did also pick up a Sony Handycam, which I just threw away because it wasn't worth selling for parts with how much it's going to cost to ship. But we kept the charger that does work and the batteries. Should be able to get about 20 bucks for that as well. As Commonwealth Picker always says, when in doubt, part it out. Then we got this other Sony Walkman. This is like a Walkman SRF M85W. And this one goes in your hand, kind of a sporty one. Only goes for about 15, 20 bucks with the headphones. We found this brand new Pelican micro case, waterproof, which is pretty cool. Should go for about 20 bucks as well. We got this memory stick. This is, I think, going for about 30 bucks. Does work with the Sony Pro or whatever that uses this kind of memory stick. Brand new, you guys. We got a few items like this. We got a Discman. Goes for about probably $20, $30. Tested it. Works great. We have a Casio XLM camera. So this was another camera. However, it had no battery. I didn't need to buy a battery, though, because it also had this cradle, which I plugged in, and it worked fine. So the camera works, just does not have a battery, and it comes with the cradle. I'm guessing 40 bucks for that, probably. Next, we have these Nikon binoculars, you guys. And this model, I haven't seen any solds, but it's similar to the Mountaineer 2. It doesn't say Mountaineer on it, though. Definitely vintage, definitely good quality, 10x magnification, and they're waterproof. I'm seeing comps around this, about 75 bucks is what I think we should get on a pair of binoculars. So as you can see, you guys, stuff's adding up really quick here. We were already at 500 with just 2 items. Depending on some of the other items that we need to test, the untested ones, I reckon we're at about 1,000 already. And we still have more to go. SD card, this one's not worth anything because it's 256 megabytes. It is brand new though, which is kind of cool. But yeah, not worth anything. We're just going to put that in a camera. This is an expansion pack for the Toshiba Pocket PC we saw earlier. However, it is brand new sealed, and it should go for about $30, $40. We got this ProMaster Compact Flash. This is 16 gigabytes, you guys. This goes for like specific cameras, and I think this also sells for about 30, 40 bucks. Memory Stick Pro by Sony, new in box, should go for about 30 bucks as well, even though it's only 256 megabytes, because certain Sony devices can only use this particular Memory Stick Pro, which is why these retain so much value if you have those devices. Okay, and then we have all the working cameras. We also have this Apple mouse, vintage, $15 mouse, maybe 12. But here we go, cameras, you guys. So first off, we have the Olympus Cam Media digital camera. This one's a low megapixel, 3.2. I don't expect a lot for this, maybe 20, 30 bucks. We got the Freedom Zoom 70 Minolta point and shoot. These sometimes are pretty good. Tested it, it worked. Should get probably 20 to 30 bucks on that as well, is my guess. We did have this other touchscreen Garmin. Now, this is kind of the flat screen models. These are the ones you want to look out for, especially the really big sizes. This smaller size does go for about 30 bucks if you have a charger, which I brought that cable with here. These are actually going to go with this Canon. I had these sitting in my store for a while, 3 batteries that I picked up with a different camera lot from a Savers. And it turns out this camera needed batteries, and we had them. And we tested it, and it worked great. Should get about 50 bucks, especially with the 2 extra batteries on that. Next, we have the Kodak 10x zoom EasyShare Z915. I don't know how many megapixels this is, but I'm assuming this is probably a $30 camera. We got the Kodak 12 megapixel. These are always better, the 12 megapixel. A little dirty, probably going to be 30, 40 bucks there as well. Then we got the Fujifilm Fine Pix 4.1 megapixel, so probably a $20 camera there. But $20 add up, you guys. This is also probably $20, 5 megapixel HP PhotoSmart. Then we got a Samsung. Again, this is point and shoot, probably 20, 30 bucks here as well. And then lastly, we have the Nikon Coolpix. This is a waterproof camera, you guys. Worked great. It is missing like this cover here. So there's supposed to be like a plastic trim piece here. So it kind of ruins the whole waterproof perspective, I believe. But other than that, it's in great condition. So I have a feeling this one's worth a lot of money. I still haven't comped this, believe it or not. So I'll put the comp on the screen. But just seeing that it's waterproof, it's a Nikon, it's shockproof, full HD, probably worth some big bucks. And I did forget to mention one of the more expensive cameras for sure is got to be this Canon EL-PH 180. Sold these before, probably 100 to 150 bucks easy on that camera alone. Did also have some bodies of some film cameras. We got the EOS Rebel X body. We got the Minolta XG1, which I think is like 30-40 bucks with the lens usually. And, you know, we got some lenses in here too. Might just lot those up. We'll see. Don't expect too much from that, but I just kind of threw those in because I know Minolta Canon's pretty good. That's it, guys. That's everything we got. Plus this guitar right there. PS2, which goes for about 60 bucks plus shipping. So yeah, that's pretty much everything aside from a few games that, again, weren't worth much. Just threw them in as extras. That was day one. We paid $125 for all of that. Day two, we went again and we paid $80. Now, one of the pieces isn't here. It's in the garage right now because it's just nasty dirty. But it's a Commodore 64 power supply and a disk drive, floppy disk drive, which does sell for about 100 bucks plus shipping. That's why I paid 80 for all this. But that's in the garage. But here's everything we got. Oh, you know, not everything. There was a stack of VHS tapes. Mostly of them were anime. However, 4 or 5 of those were moldy, so I threw them in the trash. And then the other 5, my wife is processing. So I don't know what those are worth. I'll pop a few comps on the screen if we sold any or if they're worth anything. But there was a few VHS. There are a couple horror, too. I think we have like Evil Dead 2, as well as The Shining on VHS, which were not moldy, which I think might have some value. But Philips voice recorder, brand new in box. So I'm assuming this is going to be an easy 40, 50, 60 bucks. Ring camera battery. I actually got this for myself because our battery always dies, and now I'm going to have an extra one fully charged, ready to go when that battery dies. More cell phones. We got this Nokia brick phone. Couple Apple phones. Samsung. And we got this, which honestly looks like it could be new. But this looks like some kind of a music device and probably not worth much. But yeah, there's that cradle I was telling you guys about, the 15 with the cables. Another cable, so actually I'm going to put this with the Cradle 21. That's why I grabbed that. And then we got this Dell battery. Have not looked this up yet, but potential money there. Now, what I did look up and what's still questionable is this laptop computer battery here, which is brand new in box, but it's not branded. But the last one I saw, replacement battery of this model, the VGPB PS3, sold for about $300. If that's the case, then we got a $300 battery there. If it's not the case, then I still assume we have a $50 battery there. So either way, not bad. We also got the VHS tapes and the Commodore 64 floppy disk drive for 80 bucks. If that's $300, I'm happy with it at 80 bucks. If it's not, we're still going to make a little money, just not anywhere close to what we were making on that first day. And yeah, then they had a bunch of games, but they didn't want to sell them to me, and they haven't called me back. So probably not going to happen. Anyways, that's everything at this mega garage sale. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Lastly, make sure you do hit the bell notification icon so that you do get notified on future videos, and we'll see what happens next.